Hello, welcome to another episode of I Understand Nation. We got our three knuckleheads here.
Still with the knuckleheads, okay.
Still with the knuckleheads. I mean, with all the madness in the world today, you gotta keep it lighthearted. So, we are into our final week of, or final full week of March, and it's still going pretty good. All the craziness in a row. We still got some great stuff coming out in K-pop. So
Yeah.
and J-pop. We also got some J-pop in your band.
Right?
So, I really want to get to this first.
Naturally.
Yes, it's ONEUS with a song written easily, and man, where do we even go from here? Nick, take it away.
Just push it off onto him. Just push it off.
So, ONEUS, yeah, like Jihan said, came back with the song written easily, and that came back on March 24th. Currently has about 630,000 views.
Not enough.
On When the K. Yeah, honestly, I really enjoy the song.
Yeah, for as much as I love that song, like that's not enough views.
It's good.
So
Yeah, and I mean, on top of that, I mean, I especially love the musical, like, the instrumentation, you know?
right.
I feel like the instrumentation is really well done for this song. I mean, ONEUS is not... they're not unknown to really good instrumentation. It's definitely one of their strong suits.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they definitely did that well in this song. Especially for the time that they're releasing the song, right? So they're releasing a song right now because everybody's in their houses, you know. So a lot of companies right now are coming back, like what they're coming back with is very like inside feeling songs.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's ONEUS, where they're like, why be inside? You know? So
Yeah.
Just go outside where no one else is.
yeah,
'cause
literally.
It's kind of got like that tropical house vibe. I wasn't,
Yeah, it's definitely tropical house.
and I wasn't expecting that from ONEUS, but at the same time, like I want to say like maybe a week or two ago, I was thinking to myself like, I'm kind of down for some tropical house right now,
Mhm.
and then ONEUS delivers. So.
And it's definitely refreshing, you know, with
Absolutely.
Right.
you know, with the current, like, you know, we're in R&B and kind of the soul kind of vibe recently.
Lots
And
of
so
funk.
Lots of funk. And so this is just completely just different.
Right.
And I think
I'm-
that was a
I'm
really
so
good play
down.
for them.
Absolutely, yes.
I did, so when the chorus hit and it was that really synthesized brass,
Right.
I was like, someone say card? Because
Yeah.
that is like Card's staple inside of their summer songs. Is that really
Oh yeah,
synthesized
dude.
brass.
I was totally getting like Card vibes through a lot of the song, except not what was it, like a more subdued Card?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
the Card's a lot harder, right, with their sound.
Recently,
And-
yeah. If
yeah.
you remember Ola Ola, which was Tropical House,
Yeah. And that was
It
what,
wa-
2017, 2018.
2018, I think.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Wow.
so Ola Ola was very much this style, except actually, I think in my opinion, Ola Ola was softer than this because it didn't have that heavily synthesized brass in it. It didn't have
Yeah,
that breakdown.
And that's one thing that was definitely I definitely noticed from their vocalizations, because like when you go into like their soft vocals, right, and then it going into the rap along with the music, there's like this really nice balance between like soft, delicate, hard power,
Mm-hmm.
and you see that in the choreography too. The choreography was I would say like it had a bit more grace than even certain other girl groups.
Definitely.
Like I could see like Fever era G-Friend, doing this choreography,
Right, yeah.
or Bandit. Bandit
Oh,
would be a good one.
yeah. I see closer to Bandit than G-Fin. I'm like,
Fever. Think of Fever era.
Well, yeah, Fever was their transition style.
Yeah.
yeah, I guess.
I think they literally would have done anything in that at that time, to be honest.
Yeah. Not a bad thing.
Yeah. I mean, something else I kind of noticed is that the imagery of the background also followed like the soft, hard.
The soft and the hard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever it switched between that, you'll notice that the background changes a lot too. So
Yeah, like they would even focusing on like shots of flowers, like
Right.
next to the beach.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like at those hard moments, they would even have like shots of like the rocks along the side of the beach, right? Like the rock face, cliffside,
Yep.
whatever deal
Yeah.
it is. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of that. And you know the way the music video started too, kind of I wasn't expecting that, right? Because like they're shot in the city, right? They're sitting in their cars and whatnot. It's like a very urban landscape at night, and then you know that the song just hits in and it transitions over into the beach.
Right.
Like
Yeah, what I found interesting was the also the contrast in the music. So at the opening chords there, when they went to, how do I put it? When they went to start out the song, they use that like singular piano note.
yeah, because like
And then
what was it?
Yeah, they
You'd
entered into
expect
that piano.
kind of like a ballad, right? You're almost expecting a ballad.
You are expecting a ballad.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like the piano normally in a like on a real piano, for example, on like a grand piano, it has a very open sound because you capture the room ambience and all that other stuff. But they captured solely the piano here, which makes it seem very closed, which makes sense because they're in the city.
Right.
The city is very like close together. Everything's clumped. So, and then the second that the shots open up, then that whistle starts, and then you know it's a more open sound. They shifted the soundstage without making it like too apparent that it was an intentional shift. I think that was really cool.
Yeah, the whole thing was really well put together with all of that.
I do wonder
details.
if the song on the album just starts from the whistle.
Oh,
I would think
yeah.
it probably does.
Right, because like in the context of just when you're just listening to a song and not having a music video to go off of,
Yeah,
it wouldn't
make a whole
sense.
lot of sense if the piano was there.
But you ever you notice too, like there was a lot of rap.
There was.
Like
At first, on first listen, I really didn't like the first rap. I thought that the song hadn't really been established yet.
right to go into rap, like
To
right
go
off the
into
bat.
a rap, which is a definitely a lyrical break.
Right.
And I was like, I don't know how well this could actually do, but I really like it now that I've listened to it. But I think on first listen, a lot of people will not sure how they feel about this song. But as they listen to it again and again, once they get the feel for the song, I think they'll really like the song.
They even had like an entire verse that was like in rap or sing rap or sing, like sing talk. Yeah, like I was really surprised by that. I didn't notice it the first time though. I actually did not notice it. I was just, I guess, too immersed in everything. Like just the sights and the sounds. I loved it. So, I think it all worked out. So.
I mean, it was a good song. I wouldn't, for me, like, it just didn't resonate with me probably as much as it's resonating with you guys. I'm still on the fence with it. I've listened to it like 2 to 3 times to try to get a feel for it, but I just couldn't get a feel for it myself. And that's not honestly not a bad thing. It's like the song is good. And the whole hard and soft thing has been done well. It just doesn't resonate with me as well.
I mean, for me, it's just perfect timing because I was so down for Tropical House like these past couple weeks. So
Yeah, that kind of breath of fresh air vibe.
absolutely. So, oh man, now you got anything more about the music video? Because the music video in between the city, like at the beginning and the end, at the end, like it was pretty much shot at the beach, or on the cliffside.
Yeah.
We had that one scene. Was it already kind of it was like later in the day, or it had like a pinkish over like a pinkish hue overlaid, and then they're at like the top of a cliff. So, there wasn't a whole lot of changes in setting.
No. So with this, it definitely felt like I think I just heard a truck somewhere. No. When it comes to settings, it didn't really change much. It was because it's supposed to be.
It's a romp at the beach.
Yeah, it kind of, yeah. But no, it's supposed to be getting away from the busy life and just letting the art take you. And I think that goes really well with the title of the song, a song written easily. And yeah, no, it's just immersing yourself in everything around you, and you can't really do that very well when you're in a busy cities all the time, you know?
Right.
So getting away and just relaxing can sometimes just open up that creativity, and that's probably why it's on the beach, on the cliffside. Social distancing from the rest of the world.
Right.
So
Yeah, especially with everything that's going on the road today, this is just a great song or a great video too, to help kind of like get your mind off of all that escapism.
Yeah, that's the
100%.
word.
Yeah. So if you haven't watched the video now, like just go ahead, put this on pause and go check it out. Like seriously, it's such a highly recommended song for me.
But come back. But make
come
sure
back,
we
please.
come
Yeah,
back.
definitely come back. We got more to talk about.
Yeah. So speaking of more to talk about, you guys want to go ahead and move it on?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right, Aura, take us in.
All right. So this is a J-pop group that we are going to be talking about. They released sometime earlier this week. I don't remember the exact date. It is Faky's Half Moon.
Yep.
So, how was it? Where you go?
It was interesting.
It was very interesting, actually. The vocalization I wasn't expecting that, especially for a J-pop group, right? Because like in Japan, especially for J-pop, they're more the standard is more like along the higher.
They try to make themselves sound more cute. For general J-pop, they try to sound more cutesy.
Yes, a lot of head voice, nasaliness.
Right.
It's like you think of stereotypical cutesy anime, right? And that's like the voice that they try to sing.
Yeah, the super kawaii kind of deal.
Yeah. So.
Also, something I found interesting with this song is they start out high.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first opening notes,
but
usually
not an unnatural high though.
No. It's definitely a natural high.
Yeah.
But usually in music, the general rule of thumb when you're doing something vocally, because the you only have so much you can do with your vocals, because there's vocal ranges and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Usually the general rule of thumb is you start out low, so that way you can go high later in the song.
Yeah, to kind of establish like a achievable baseline.
Yeah, basically you establish what's called establishing the do, and basically what it is in a scale do re mi fa sol la ti do. Mm-hmm. You start on that low do because it's the first note.
Right.
It's called a tonic, and basically that is the note that everything will resolve to.
Okay.
To make it sound complete, I guess is
right.
the word for it. But they don't do that. They start on sol. And it's different. It's not bad, but it's definitely something that caught me off guard.
Yeah.
Because even in J-pop alone, they start on do.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that just J-pop does.
Plus, it does sound natural.
Yeah, and if you start on do, you can go to those higher notes, especially in J-pop, where like we talked about, the higher is essentially the more nasally you can get, the better.
Right.
And in those higher notes, that's where you shift up to your head voice, which is a nasal tone.
Yeah.
So that really caught me off guard straight off from the start. But also the way that they play off each other.
Yes, especially what was it? I think the first moment in the song where I was just like, "Whoa." Wasn't expecting that. Was when you're doing the vocal harmonization, right? With all of them all together, and the way their voices interacted with each other, because they have like a very different vocal timbres.
Yeah.
But it sounded full and complete, and not messy.
Right.
And especially at the range that they were at. Mm-hmm. Normally when in J-pop, especially when they do the vocal harmonizations, they take it to the top of the upper ranges.
Oh yeah. Yeah, 100%.
But here they reside like at their lower comfortable ranges.
Yeah, but also when they're doing that harmonization, they're covering a lot of different pitches. I mean, it's a major triad, right? Mm-hmm. It's do mi sol, but one of them is up at that top do. That top do, I can hear it.
But yeah, exactly, and that's just rather than trying to come in together, right, at the same range, at the same, like trying to sound as like one voice. They're sounding like 5 distinct voices.
Right.
And a lot of that is helped by the difference in their timbres.
Yeah,
because their timbres are not the same.
Which again, with a lot of, especially for Japanese idol groups, they try not to do that. They try to like, even if it's a uncomfortably high like range for someone else, they all try to hit. Yeah. Yep. And you can hear like that vocal strain for some of those members.
Right.
Yeah. So like I'm really impressed by how different their vocal timbres are and how they made it work. So like the people that are naturally higher timbered in the group are up there singing that top do.
Yes.
And the people that are naturally lower timbered, because I don't know the names, but there's one member that is specifically that I'm thinking of that's really lower timbered.
Yeah, she stays there.
She's like, nah, this is my range. Get out of here, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, what's interesting is that this group has a lot of mix to it, because there is one that's from Cali, one that is from the Philippines, and one from Fukuoka, and I can't remember where the other ones 2 are from.
I think they might have one from Vietnam, or I might be thinking of Jersey, because I know Jersey has. No, they have a Thai member. So yeah, I think this is the group that has a Vietnamese member as well. So.
I think so.
Oh, well, I'll put it in the notes. So, but yeah, the fact that they weren't afraid to do that, which is so against the norm from what we're used to hearing in J-pop. I love that, and it also gives it a more mature sound.
Yeah,
it really does.
Which again is really against the grain for a lot of J-pop, because they prefer the more youthful sound, youthful image. So
try to look younger, try to look cuter, appeal to the younger demographic kind of thing.
Yeah, and I mean they're definitely showing that by not suppressing their vocals, because the thing that's really hard is a powerful voice can make their voice sound soft and high, but a soft and high voice cannot make their voice sound powerful. It will cause a lot of strain. You'll hear it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're like, you know, some sort of a prodigy or have like 20 years singing, you can probably muster up a little bit, but it won't be the same.
Right.
And so in that sense, it's really like interesting to see that they're all powerful voices. None of them have like these really soft, tiny voices that is like popularized in J-pop. But they don't put effort into matching each other, and they don't put effort into like conforming.
Right.
They just sing kind of whatever they want, I guess, for lack of a better term, or whatever their company tells them. I don't know how Japanese media companies work.
They're pretty much the same way where, like, with Korean K-pop companies determining on like what their vocal ranges are or what their positions. They may have a little bit more freedom. If, like, take AKB for example, they have a little bit more freedom, but that's only because imagine trying to manage that many girls.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah. So, but with smaller groups, it'd be a lot easier to manage the vocal ranges, the training and whatnot, if they get training. But
right, yeah.
Like they obviously the company goes, all right, this song is what's going to be what you're singing, kind of deal.
Right.
So it's very much similar. It's just that most companies go with the cutesy kind of vibe,
right?
Unless the group itself is a self-idol group.
So with the music video itself, Laura, could you take us into on that?
I mean, it's nothing too grandeur. It's a very typical MV. There's not a lot of like busyness. There's not a lot of man, I cannot use words today. Oh my god, graphic picture thingies. CG.
It was a lot of shots of the members singing.
Yeah.
Throughout the video, and to be honest, I have no problem with the way the music video was done because
Yeah.
it allows you to focus more on their vocals.
Yeah, it's very opposite from how we see K-pop videos where they use a lot of CG, they use a lot of bright, flashy things.
I mean, it depends.
Yeah,
It
I mean,
depends,
stereotypical. Stereotypical.
I mean, if you're going into if you're talking about like pop, like pop songs, yes, definitely. But like in the realm of like, I mean, just like we were talking about with ONEUS, like there really wasn't a whole lot there because it's not that type of song.
Yeah,
so.
There wasn't a lot of effects for this one, which definitely allowed people to focus more on the song than the imagery. And it wasn't very busy. It was a lot of city shots, showing like them just hanging
walking
out.
and singing.
Yeah, walking and
hanging out.
singing.
I think too, the fact that they had a lot of those scenes of them walking, and not even just in the city, but like where were they, like in like a side of a mountain in some ruins or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Where it's all five of them walking together. It's a lot of walking, right? And it matches the pace of the song. Like the song itself, right? The song is kind of taking you on this like on a pleasant walk.
Yeah.
With them. And you're seeing that visually represented.
Yeah, it's what was that group that? Who was that group that we were talking about last week that was playing on the playground?
Purpleback.
Yeah.
Come on, Nick.
What?
Not even paying attention.
Where Purpleback did a similar thing.
Watch MVs.
Damn, I can't finish because of your comment. I cannot finish that thought because of your comment.
I don't watch MVs.
Is how Purpleback was a lot more having fun and being on the playground. This is a little bit
lighthearted.
This is
More serious.
more serious. Not like so serious that you can't have fun.
Not somber.
Yeah,
Not somber serious. So.
It's like a mature kind of fun. Like you can just enjoy talking to friends, hanging out with friends. Just chilling, and which is a different sort of more mature kind of fun, and I think that works for Faky.
One of the comments in the video, from like one of the YouTube comments, someone had mentioned that they are more known for their dance prowess and choreography. Which there was none of that in this music video at all. It was just all of them singing. So I think that was great, to be honest. Like if they're known for the dance and their choreography to showcase their vocalization in a way that's different from the rest of the J-pop, it's great, So So before we start talking ourselves into circle, or a half moon, I should say. I don't know. Are you moving on to our next one?
Yeah.
Ong Seong Wu, his solo debut, right? Gravity.
Is this solo debut?
Yeah.
This is a comeback.
So I guess his solo debut album. He may have had a digital single prior to.
That's what I think. I was pretty sure he had a song before that.
Okay.
Well, this song is already trending worldwide. It took number 1 in 8 regions, and that was number 1 for the single itself, and then for the album, I think it was like in 10 different countries. So
wow!
It's not just,
which is insane for its view count.
Right.
It's currently at about 275,000 views.
And for him, especially for this type of song, it seemed natural that a lot of those countries were like places like Thailand, like across Asia, Southeast Asia, right, East Asia, but for where it was trending, in other parts of the world for the album, that also included the UK, like Western countries.
Okay.
So he's like, no kidding, trending worldwide.
Oh, what?
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. So, enough about his achievements. Let's talk about the actual song itself. Nick, take us in.
Oh man, what isn't good about this song? First off, I think pretty much everything they did is really just right for this song here. I mean, first off, the use of actually using instruments rather than just synthesized instruments.
Yeah.
You know, using true acoustic instruments. Especially when you listen to the guitar at the beginning, right?
Right. Hearing the fingers sliding across the strings.
Hearing the fingers actually moving across the strings.
I love that. Yeah.
It's something you don't really get from a synthesizer because it's not there.
No.
You can emulate it, but it will sound consistent 100% of the time.
Right.
Right.
And it's just not that for the song, you know. The song is using a real guitarist. It's using everything that it needs to actually convey that more acoustic open sound.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Which is actually which we talked about before, which is actually so contrasted by when he starts singing, because he immediately the kind of bass part comes in, and immediately he takes that song and he just encloses it.
Yeah.
And he makes it so trapped. The soundstage becomes so narrow instantly. And you know, my feed about this song was talking, like my Twitter feed, because on my Twitter I have a little group chat for a bunch of people that know about music theory, and we were talking about how they were talking about how it's almost like a completely different song at that point, because the soundstage goes from really open, really, really wide to just shutting it down.
Yeah. And especially around those times too, like the way his vocals kind of go back and forth between like being in line with the musical accompaniment and then overpowering it. So that it happens at the same time that the soundstage is narrowing and widening. Like it's so
And
sonically
so
interesting.
the reason that his vocals fade back in to the song is almost purely for chord sake, because if he can add to the chords and continue the progression, so the job that chords and chord progression has in music is it gives momentum to the music. Okay, so if you're playing really, really slow music naturally wants to slow down. That's why ballads are super hard to keep up tempo.
Right.
Because music in itself wants to slow down. Oh, I know.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
like,
Aura.
Like that momentum is kind of hard to keep it up.
Yeah,
or keep going.
It's hard to keep momentum going. The way I put it to people is, imagine you roll a ball on a flat surface. Okay, that ball is naturally going to start moving, or is going to start going, and then it's going to stop, right? Because of friction.
Right.
It's the same general concept. It's not friction that's really doing it, but music eventually wants to go to a stop. And so music naturally wants to slow down. That's why ballads are a beauty in its own, because they keep it going with such a slow tempo.
Yep. They oh man, I don't have.
Well, and so with this, when he enclosed the sound like he did, it almost was a stop and restart to music.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of like the stop and restart, right? Kind of like pausing to take a breath. But also for the listener, it kind of makes you focus on like, whoa, music stopped. Like subconsciously, you're gonna be like, whoa, the music just stopped. What's happening? It starts back up again, like, oh, okay, and then you're expecting a new set of momentum, like mentally. So
yeah, and while the tempo is the same, the notes, the quavers and semiquavers are different, and so they use that to their advantage, because it makes the song seem like it's how do I put it? It makes the song seem like it has its own momentum almost.
Yep.
Even though
Yeah.
he's giving it momentum.
And you know, do you remember before, like when we talked about last year with Taeyeon's voice? I mentioned like I generally don't like it when the vocals blend too much into the music. Here, his vocals do blend into the music, but it still remains distinctive when it does. Like you can still hear, like his voice and the music somehow they still remain distinctive. They still have their character. Like you can still make out his voice from the music even though they're blending in.
And you know what I've realized is a lot of why you like this, but you don't like Taeyeon's voice, for example, is because in Taeyeon's voice, she didn't carry the beat in her voice, so you could blend it into the music better.
Yeah.
And her voice almost acts as a chord at that point. In this song, for example, in the pre-chorus, he's carrying the beat. Like you still have that like hit in the background just to give it a little more momentum, but he's carrying it with his voice because you know he's singing a beat.
Yeah, because for me, because I focus so much on vocals, if the vocals are blending too much into the background, into the musical accompaniment, which is supposed to be supporting the vocals, then I lose that anchor. I lose that anchor to focus in on. Which I wasn't getting that at all with him. In fact, throughout this, I found myself more anchored to his voice than I would have typically have been expected for this type of song. So,
and the breakdown is so good. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how much you remember, but like Oh My Girl's Twilight, right?
Yes.
Right.
It has that same kind. It's not EDM. It's just something about this sound that I really like.
I don't know. Like I don't know.
But
how to describe
it's a
that.
very muted drop. Because of how narrow the soundstage is, you can't open it up to a wide variety of sounds.
Right.
You know, you can't just throw in a guitar. You can't just throw in like a piano. You can't just throw in xylophone.
Yeah.
You know, you can't just throw in all these things. Yeah. Get it. I noticed it too. Anyway, so you can't just throw in all of these things, right? And so he throws in things that don't take up a lot of space, I guess. You know, things that you can easily put other things over.
Right.
Like, for example, the muted bass. I think there's a muted guitar in there, but the brass, or the very synthesized brass that now sounds like a synth, takes up a ton of space because it's the melody. And so, you know, things like that.
I would say like the biggest thing that stood out with this whole song for me was it felt like it was just over way too soon. Like by the time the song came to an end, I was craving more. Like, you know, I was like, you know, it's already over. So.
Yeah. So y'all are gonna hate me up for this.
For it couldn't be over soon enough.
For me, I just wasn't into it. I just wasn't drawn into this song.
Makes sense. You hate K-pop, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was it like? Was there something like specifically that you didn't like, or
it just didn't draw me in. Like, I know that the song is pretty good. Just doesn't fit my style.
I mean, yeah. From what I've noticed, you like really brighter tones.
Yeah, which is why for a lot of times that he says he's not into the song or it's not grabbing him, they're usually male based. Because male voices don't have that bright sound, and it's also part of the reason why like he's more drawn to J-pop, because J-pop has more brighter imagery, brighter sounds.
Well, it's because when it comes to the like whole male vocals thing, there are like male J-pop artists that I really do enjoy, like One OK Rock, Daichi Miura, but I think it is the whole matching a brighter tone. This whole like it very much feels like a dark and dreary to me. and I think that's
Yeah.
that's what kind of pushes me away. It's a place that I'm not too fond of when it comes to listening to music.
Dark and Curry, but it's so more
Well,
romantic.
You've got to understand that though, that he takes music video into account a lot. And if you look at the music video is very much that.
It's very dark. There's that whole like drowning in water kind of deal.
Yeah, so for him, right, it's more along the lines of
What he's seeing on screen.
What he's seeing on screen gives him a vibe.
What I see on screen and how it matches with the music. Because I also don't feel like it matches too well. It matches decently enough with the like. There's a certain disconnect with the video and this music. I don't know what it is. But it just doesn't vibe with me.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, I'm sure I'd probably be in the same boat if I could trust my. But, you know, in general, I mean, I could even watch this MV. This MV was fine for me to watch. Yeah, I think.
Oh yeah, the color choices, the whole everything was. I felt like it was very colorblind friendly.
It definitely is colorblind friendly. Which I really appreciate, by the way. Producer, if you're watching this, I need you to do more of this. But anyway, so like I really appreciate the fact that I could watch this and it's semi-accurate. You know, I'm sure nothing will be ever 100% accurate, but if it is, it's black and white. But as far as like that goes, I really do like the MV, and I think in general, especially in terms of chord structure, it matches the song very well.
Yeah, I think too, like it really matches that the feeling of longing for the visuals to the song as well. You know, like it's that again,
it's about
that
wanting
gravity. You know,
the pull.
You're
pull.
You're getting pulled in. You're getting sucked in. You're kind of getting drowned in those feelings.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think a lot of that really lined up. So
yeah.
So
before we talk in circles again,
or
you guys murder me, whichever one comes first.
Well, I mean, I was gonna say like this next one too, like you know, with Stray Kids, Baborado,
in other words, a song I cannot pronounce. Bless you.
Like,
Thank you.
Something like a fool, or
is that what the title says?
Pretty much.
yeah.
There's a 1-to-1 translation is really not gonna do it any justice. It's basically just like a fool.
Okay.
Yeah. You could also there's so many ways you can also say like a fool, or like Papa Charam. So
yeah, so this is more like a fool is more like it's more so Pablo Chodom usually is said to like
resembling a fool.
Yeah.
You know,
this is more like
a fool.
This is more like mentally you feel like a fool.
Yeah, it's these things are hard to.
Yeah. Just like a fool is just a fine.
Yeah, it works. So, which when you watch the music video, you see a lot of like it makes sense, especially like because the music video really does kind of fall into with those high school what was it, like what was it, I like her but she likes him, or they're having
the
fun.
love triangle.
Yeah, it's like a high school rom-com.
Yeah, it's a love triangle.
So like, you know, when you look back at you know those experiences, you think like, man, I felt like a fool then, and thinking about it now, like I was a real fool. So it makes the title makes sense.
Stupid.
You know, like, it really does make sense. So going on to the song itself, I wasn't expecting a song like this from Stray Kids. I was expecting something harder. But that's not to say I was disappointed. I actually really liked the way the musical accompaniment went. Even though there was a lot of, you know, as typical with Stray Kids, a lot of rap, I don't. You don't typically expect
It was a lot
of rap.
It felt lighthearted, like a lighthearted rap, not a lighthearted soft rap. It would probably be,
but set to this kind of musical style. Like
Yeah.
you don't typically see that. You wouldn't expect it. But I liked it.
yeah.
Because the song itself has like a timeless feel to it. Like it sounds like they took something from
It played into nostalgia.
like the 50s, 60s, 90s. It's kind of it's something you would hear, or similar to what you would hear from those eras, but then like they update it, right? With especially with the effects, the musical effects that you put in, because of hip hop. So yeah, basically a hip hop song that takes a sample from another genre or era. Like you'd see that a lot in hip hop. So
Yeah.
in that context, it does make sense. So
very similar to what you said earlier. It very much reminded me of the whole high school drama, or high school K drama would probably be the best.
It was definitely shot like that.
Oh yeah.
I will say, I do have one gripe with this song.
What you
I'm
got?
saying this as a stay, okay? I have one gripe with the song, and that is they went with a traditional drum setup, right? You know, it's very pop drum setup,
Right.
Yes.
but then they went with a trap hi-hat and brought it to one ear. I don't
I
like it.
have no idea what that means.
So,
So like you'll hear kind of a trap beat
Right.
with the hi-hat.
That's the part I don't understand. What is a hi-hat?
It's part of a drum set, and it sounds like just like a little ticking.
Okay.
And they brought that to one side of your headphones.
yeah, that's what you mean by one ear to one ear. So it's-
Yeah. So they put it in stereo and then they put it to one side.
Which we've been seeing a lot more of that. I want to say lately.
So the reason is because it accommodates
The cell phone users?
really bad headphone users
Yeah.
really well.
Really bad headphones right here.
Well, and then we also seen that in another song too, where they did that because of, I think it was like for a female vocalist, where they didn't want her vocals being overpowered. Wasn't it for another J-pop song?
No, I
You
thought
talked
it was
about people-
K-pop.
Okay. But we had heard something similar too, where they brought it over to one ear, just so
And-
that
Was
it
it
wouldn't
Ruan?
overpower. No, it was more recent.
No.
Plus, Ruan's got more power than that.
But the other thing is, if they didn't want the hi-hat to have that much power, they could have just
Moved it to the back.
moved it a little bit farther back, or even that they could have just turned down the volume a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
But-
that, it wouldn't have been like that bad, you know.
Right.
But they chose to put it forward and put it towards one side, and in my opinion, that wasn't a good idea, because everything else is very balanced mixing. It's only that one thing that's off.
So speaking of volume, they made it good range or good use of the dynamic range. Like going from like when the softest points to like the loudest points. They do that very well with kind of furthering that momentum of that nostalgia, right? That nostalgic feeling, right? Kind of keeping it there at the high points of the high, emotions.
So I have a question, because you brought up the dynamic range. When did you notice the crescendo? Because the crescendo's in a very devious spot.
Man, I have to go back and take a look now.
I have
So-
no idea.
There's actually 3 crescendos before the chorus. There is a really long one after their
Because it's so
kind of-
long that it's spaced apart that you don't pick up on it.
Yeah. So there's one that's so long it starts after the rap,
Yeah.
and or after I think 2 of the rappers. Anyway, it starts and then it stops for like 4 bars. A really short one so that you don't notice it, and then obviously the pre-chorus has one, as always.
Wow.
But there's that first one that's really, really long. Oh, I think Jihoon might have. His internet might have went out.
Yeah, he feels.
Unfortunate, but anyway. Yeah, so there is there's that crescendo there, and I think it's really interesting, you know.
I just can't take my eyes off of the screen of Frozen.
he's just a Frozen image. Yo, stick the Frozen image on there. That's a great Frozen image,
right? If we can get the image on, we'll put the Frozen image, but we'll just
screenshot it.
I'll figure it out. Oh, actually, yeah. How does it...
I got it. Don't worry.
All right.
Anyway, so but yeah, so I really like this song, and I really think that it's done well. That's my only gripe with the song, to be honest. Is that hi-hat that's really moved off to the side.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good song. I did like it better than Gravity. Just saying. And I did also like it a bit more than ONEUS's. But it's also the whole very, very stereotypical high school scene and very stereotypical high school love triangle. It's it could be more, to be honest, since there's, what was it, 6, 7 members? I can never remember how many.
There are 8 members of Stray Kids.
Okay, so 8 members.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, there he goes.
Yeah, he's
so anyway, yeah, there are 8 members of Stray Kids. There was 9, but one of them ended up leaving. But yeah, so you think it's about time to move on?
Yeah, let's move on, and if Jihoon comes back, he'll come back.
Yeah. So this last one only has 6,000 views.
That's disappointing.
So
oh wait, what does he say?
6,000 views. His internet cut out.
Okay.
So was released March 25th. This is Sleepy's Flashlight featuring Reddy.
Alright.
And this is a really good song. I know Jihoon liked it.
Yeah, he really did like it. It was very much felt like a early 90s song.
It did. It felt there's a lot of hybrid between 90s and like early 2000s. On top of that, like we talked about before, the soundstage is really muted. So I really think that this is like a current trend.
I felt like it might be a current trend especially with small artists, is what I thought.
Yeah, I think that's about right. One thing I really liked with CP's Flashlight was his flow. Because it wasn't quite what I was expecting when I heard the instrumental at the beginning.
Really?
I was expecting something a lot more downtrodden, but it was pretty upbeat for a flow.
Yeah. Why can't the artist is really escaping me? It was a hip hop artist back in the mid to early 90s. Oh, mid 90s to early 2000s. Especially I know it wasn't like Nick Cannon or anything, or Lil Romeo.
I was born around that time, so
yeah. So
we'll find it eventually.
If we don't remember it, but you seem to know, please leave a comment. Tell us,
yeah,
and we'll be happy to put something up.
But I mean, all in all, I think this was really well done. Definitely not what I was expecting when I checked my feed. The day I found it. I was like, what is this? Small artist I've never heard of? Oh, this is lit. Wait.
No, you sent us it before. Oh, it sent us something from Sleepy before. It's just we didn't talk about.
Yeah,
it.
I don't remember all of the artists that I send you guys.
You sent
when you know as many Nugu artists as I do.
Yeah.
Names
just
can get blurred.
Yeah. If it doesn't look like we were paying attention to the camera side, we're also talking to Jihoon, who has lost his internet. But no, you sent it to us in, I want to say December, but it was just him in his garage, I believe it was.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, in general, this was really, I think, a really solid song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So, I think in general, I think it's about time to move on. You think? Or do you have something to say about the song?
It was a good song. It did make me wish I was a kid again. Just because this style, I want to say 13, I would have absolutely loved this song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I love the song now, but...
All right. Let's move on to the MV of the week.
All right. So, I guess I'll start since I've been going last. My MV of the week is Ong Seong Wu.
Ong Seong Wu? Alright. I'll go last this time because...
Okay. Fair enough.
Jihoon's already made his decision and I need some time to cushion myself.
Alright, well, while you think, I'll say Jihoon's.
Alright.
So Jihoon has went with...
I hate him.
Jihoon has went with the ONEUS Sleepy. So basically, this is what Jihoon does when he can't decide. He chooses all of them.
We will mock him. Especially since he's not here, we will mock him. Jihoon,
yeah.
Pick one.
Just pick. I can't even say that though. I've done it too.
Yeah, but here's the thing. There is one in his choice. The word "one" in his choice. Okay, he needs to pick one. Okay.
Jihoon doesn't know how to pick.
Yeah, he doesn't. I guess for me, shoot, I'm gonna have to say Faky.
Faky. Yep. 100%. And
I will say Stray Kids was a close second. Extremely close.
Mm-hmm.
Probably like 0.5% lower.
Mm-hmm.
But no, all the artists that were good, but I just couldn't get into them as well as Faky. Kisum was one of the artists that we didn't talk about. I'd say that one was really good too. Is it Kisum or Kisumi? With
Kisum.
Kisum? Yeah. It was Primero.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kisum's Primero was really good. It reminded me a lot of Moonbeals. So, actually, no, I'm gonna switch mine. Mine is Kisum Primero. We didn't.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm choosing Kisum Primero.
Wow.
Yeah. We didn't talk about it, but that's my choice.
All right. Well, I think with that, we'll go ahead and get on to our quick shots.
I don't wanna.
I'll take Jihoon's quick shots.
Okay. I don't wanna. So, to start out, Kara has just recently, despite being disbanded, Kara has celebrated their 13th anniversary, and it hurts so much. After everything that's happened, I'm happy for them.
At least they're still celebrating.
Yeah, they're still celebrating. I'm happy for the members. The fandom, Kara, they deserve these 13 years.
Mm-hmm.
despite the lows. Despite the lows.
All right. Well, I have some other sad news. So I wouldn't say it's sad. It's more depressing.
Yeah.
But
I mean, yeah.
it's sweet.
Very sweet.
So Amber from FX shared a bunch of sweet photos remembering Sully for her birthday.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know who Sully is, she was also in FX, and unfortunately she ended up passing away.
Yeah.
And she actually ended up trending on Twitter.
Yep.
For her birthday, so it was really nice to see.
Wasn't it Our Peach Sully or Happy Birthday?
I think it was Happy Birthday Sully and Our Peach Sully.
Okay.
And then so that was really nice. Amber shared a bunch of pics on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And she wrote with the message, Arsel, happy birthday, I'll do my best.
Yeah.
So rest well, Sully.
Rest in peace.
I'll throw it back to you.
Yeah, so by the time this episode comes out, this isn't as sad as the last two, but it's a little bit bittersweet. Minageshi Minami from AKB48, she is a first generation member. She is actually the last first generation member that is still part of AKB48. So AKB started with, I believe it was 13 members. Yeah, 48 didn't exactly match the original number. But hey, it also doesn't match the current number of members either.
True.
But she is the last member, and as of April 2nd, she will be graduating from AKB48. There is supposed to be a concert held for her. Similar to all the other big members and all the other first generation members who have lasted for so many years. She has been in AKB since 2007. So yeah, it's a really long time. And yeah, she will be graduating. I hope her concert does not get canceled, so she can have a proper celebration with everyone that she deserves. Congratulations to her, and yeah.
All right. Yep, definitely congratulations to her. So in some other news, KCON New York. I'm sure a lot of you have heard if you were planning to go. KCON New York is canceled.
Yeah.
They posted a statement on Twitter saying that KCON New York has been canceled due to the thing currently happening out there.
Yep. Due to the pandemic.
Yep, the situation currently inside of the United States, which if you're not in the United States, it's not a good situation at the moment.
Yeah. Well, it's the worldwide pandemic. Anyways.
True.
I mean, to continue off of that, the BTS's world tour was also postponed because of the pandemic. Just to kind of piggyback. Hopefully, it doesn't completely get canceled, and once this pandemic is over, it can resume, so all the armies can, or just casual listeners to BTS can enjoy the concert.
And I guess it'll be me writing this out for the rest of the quick shots, but other news, Ellie from EXID has become the final member to leave Banana Culture Entertainment.
Yep.
She posted a something on her social media saying, "Hello, this is Ellie. I terminated my contract with the company following a bunch of discussion." And she said she's going to continue to put out music, so please show her lots of support.
Yep.
Definitely wish the best for her, and we will we will have to see in the future what she comes out with.
Mm-hmm.
This one is going to throw everyone that is a first gen stan all the way back. Sia, and if you know who I'm talking about, you're like, yeah, what about him? Sia disbanded almost 10 years ago, about 9 years ago.
Wow, really?
Yeah, their last album was released in 2011.
Okay.
And they actually formed as a group back in 2006. That's when they debuted.
Okay.
And they ended up promoting for like 5 years, and then held a goodbye stage after that. They cited misunderstandings between members as a reason, but Sia is getting back together for their first album in 9 years.
9 freaking years.
And that is insane to think about.
Mm-hmm.
This followed after JTBC posted some variety show where all of them were on the variety show, and I don't know if this is what sparked talks or anything like that. But it seems like they're under a new agency.
Okay.
Contents Nanda kinda. I've never heard of them, but they were under MBK before that, I believe.
Yeah.
So you definitely can't wait to see what they do in the future, and I'm sure their fandom is so excited.
After so many years, they have returned.
I mean, yeah, they were disbanded before I got into K-pop. They disbanded about a year before I got into K-pop.
They disbanded before I got into K-pop.
Yeah, and so this is pretty nuts. I know Jihoon was really excited about this.
Yeah.
As our watchers know, he is a first gen stan through and through. So it probably would have felt a lot more through him than the two of us. So to round this out, Signature has announced their first comeback. Well, sort of a comeback. So they put out their first set of concept photos for the upcoming return with Asa. Yeah. But the confusing thing to a lot of fans currently is that they've called it their debut lead single B.
Yeah.
And so it's a bit on the confusing side a little bit because
it's a bit on the woody side. Okay.
It is because so it's hard to tell if this is a comeback or a debut part 2. It sounds a lot more like a debut part 2. We will definitely have to see when their first actual album drops and if it's on the album with No No Na Na Na.
Mm-hmm.
So,
ooh! Before we finish it off, I have 2 extra pieces of news.
Okay.
Hwasa has opened her own Instagram account, so go ahead and follow that, cause y'all know Mamamoo, like Mamamoo content.
They serve.
Yeah, and then Twice has finally opened their own TikTok account.
Oh, here he goes again.
Yes.
He's been talking about this.
Yes. They have 6 videos as of this recording, and I created my own TikTok just to follow that.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I am such a Twice trash.
It's okay, I feel you.
I've also followed Tiffany on her TikTok. Follow that too, and Mamamoo, and a bunch of other groups. Oh, and Faky.
So, with that, I guess we'll end it out. This has been Idol Stan Nation. Thank you for watching. If you liked, make sure you liked the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Click that bell icon to notify when we get notified when we post in the future. Jeez.
Hope that Jihoon does not disappear again.
Yeah, definitely hope that Jihoon's internet works out someday. And that is all. Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Stay safe.